39 points for Golden State against the Lakers. Let's check it with Marty Snyder. Marty.
Marv just talked to Rick Carlisle, the coach for Dallas. He said our turnovers were simply unacceptable in the first half. 10 turnovers for 17 San Antonio points. He said that's our biggest issue. We certainly have to be more aggressive with Tony Parker, but if we don't quit turning the ball over, we won't win this game, Marv.
And Dallas missing on its last 7 field goal attempts. Without a field goal the last 6 minutes of the half.
Well, they got to try to get dirt going offensively as well. Only 6 points in that first half and only 4 attempts.
Nowitzki being played by Bonner. Gets it inside to Dampier. They trap him. Shot clock to 2. Howard for 3. Howard opens up the third quarter by hitting the long-range pop. And the Spurs now lead by 1.
Nice ball movement by the Dallas Mavericks.
All right, here's Duncan going glass. So San Antonio up by 3. Tim Duncan, 6 of 9 for 17 points. Howard again for 3, and he is tripped up by Duncan.
And I'm wondering, is this a 2 or a 3-point shot? As official Scott Foster, it's a 3-point free throw attempts for Josh Howard. Never won a foul jump shooters. And what is Tim Duncan doing out there anyways, contesting that far away from the basket?
Second foul on Duncan. Greg Popovich discussing it with the official Scott Foster, who just demonstrated the tripping motion. This a Dallas team that went 50-32 in the regular season. They finished as the number 6 seed in the Western Conference. They did win 7 of the last 9, including victories over Utah, New Orleans, Phoenix, and Houston. 140 points against the Suns, 130 against the Jazz to go from being nearly out of the playoffs to finishing as the number 6 seed. Now Bowen open for 3. That's usually his spot.
Well, that's what is going to be your dilemma when you trade defense for offense. That would have been Roger Mason in that corner, who is a much better 3-point shooter than Bruce Bowen.
Bowen starting the game here tonight. Popovich making a change. Correa with a wild flip shot that kept alive. This Kidd for 3. Jason Kidd with his second 3-pointer of the game, and the Mavericks have taken the lead.
Well, whenever Jason Kidd can get his feet set, much better 3-point shooter.
Duncan is fouled by Kidd.
Yeah, second shot opportunities. Damp does a good job of keeping the ball alive. And J. Kidd can get his feet set. In the regular season, Jason Kidd is only 85 3-pointers behind Peja Stojakovic, which you wouldn't think that's the case. You would think Peja, who is a much better 3-point shooter, only 85 3-pointers behind, third after players behind, obviously, Ray Allen.
Tim Duncan continues to struggle at the line. He's 5 of 11. Kidd shooting 41% from 3-point land this season, which is about the same as his overall shooting percentage, although it seems he prefers to fire up threes. The Dallas lead is 1. 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Marv Albert, Reggie Miller, Marty Snyder. We're at American Airlines Center in Dallas, game 4 of this best-of-7 series. Dampier getting position and stops.
And that play was made by J.J. Barrera. Nice look away as soon as he got into the lane, which froze his defense and allowed Damp to get that easy bucket.
8 points for Eric Dampier. Good job by Kidd on Parker with some help. making it a little more difficult for Parker to find shots. Bonner, that's his first field goal attempt. Bonner was out there for the most part to shoot threes. Bonner jumps out of Correa. Correa got the step. Oh, and Dampier fires one into the first row.
And he had Dirk Nowitzki wide open, and he elected to throw it over the defense and try to find Jason Kidd.
The Spurs during the regular season went 54-28. They won the Southwest Division, finished as the number 3 seed in the West. And they concluded by winning their last 4 and 5 of their last 6 games. That's a blocking foul on Dampier. At the start of the season, the Spurs were 0-3. First time in the history of the franchise. They opened up at 0-3, and as you see, that's their 12th straight playoff appearance, the longest active streak. They've been doing it down the stretch, and in this playoff series without Manu Ginobili, sidelined by that stress fracture of his right ankle. Greg Popovich has been telling his players to eliminate Ginobili from their thinking process during the playoffs. He feels they have to be in the mindset that Manu is almost not part of the team. He doesn't want even any conversation about Manu Ginobili.
Kind of what Doc Rivers is saying about Kevin Garnett. As Josh Howard from the opposite side knocks down a 3.
It's nothing personal against Ginobili. He doesn't want his team using it as an excuse.
Exactly.
Six-point lead for the Mavs. Here's Parker turning the corner and had the shot blocked. Last touch by Dallas. San Antonio will have 5 on the shot clock.
Well, nice skip pass by Jason Kidd, finding a wide open Josh Howard behind the 3-point arc.
There's Duncan. He's turned back. Ryan Hollins, who had just come on for Eric Dampier, came up with a block. Nice play by Parker. Parker able to bat it away from Kidd. So Tony Parker with 33 points. First bucket of the third quarter.
It looks like the Mavs are doing a better job, especially in pick and roll situations, building that wall for Tony Parker to see when he gets to the basket.
Shot clock at 5. Nowitzki under pressure, able to knock it down. 25 shots for Dirk Nowitzki. He's hit 3. He has 8 points. Dallas up by 6. San Antonio takes a timeout. Bonner all over Nowitzki, but he's able to hit it.
Especially being able to create offense for himself. You look on the floor, Udoka has to be set up, Finley has to be set up, as well as Bowen, and this is going to be tough as the game progresses, especially with Tim Duncan. It's going to be tough for him to get buckets, and is Tony Parker going to wear down? See the turnover there by Tim Duncan. Is Tony Parker going to wear down after those 31 first half points?
In fact, aside from Duncan and Parker, the last 13 and a half minutes, no one else has scored for San Antonio. Here is Kidd, rebounded by Udoka. San Antonio in possession, trailing by 6 points. Udoka for 3. Duncan with the rebound. Duncan now played by Hollins with help. Udoka passed on a 3 and drew the foul.
Well, he got a little gun-shy on that one because he had just previously missed a 3, and he should have taken the 3 in the short corner, but he elected when Dirk was on him to take him off the dribble.
Foul was called on Howard. You can log on to NBA.com to enter the Barkley Zone. Exclusive interviews, opinion, and analysis straight from the mouth of Charles. Only on NBA. Let's take that
scary there, Marv.
It is.
The Barkley Zone.
Ime Udoka in his 5th season out of Portland State. He's played in Spain. He's played in France, the D-League, the USPL. Spent some time with the Blazers. Kept alive on the back tap.
9 free throws missed by the Spurs so far.
Duncan setting it up against Hollins. Good job by a 3-year man out of UCLA, able to slap it aside, hearing it from this crowd.
Well, too much dancing by Tim Duncan. When you've got a player like Ryan Hollins on you, you've got to be able to back him down and make a quick move.
Hollins, a 7-footer, acquired from the Bobcats along with Matt Carroll in that trade for Sagana Diop. Shot clock down to 3. Duncan with a strong drive.
Why dance with the basketball? Make a quick move. Ryan Hollins is not used to the type of offense of a Tim Duncan, so don't dance with the basketball. Go to the hole.
Dallas up by 3. Howard. And here comes Parker. Dallas able to get back. Udoka.
I'm not quite sure Greg Popovich doesn't want to try and put Roger Mason, who's a better shooter than Udoka, as well as Bowen on the floor. You need some offense.
Back here comes Mason off the bench. Hollins is stripped and a foul. So Roger Mason played only 12 minutes in the first half. 0 for 2 from the field. The guy has hit a number of big shots during the course of this season, coming over from the Wizards. Apparently the ball was slapped away, no foul call. Ended up out of bounds. Oh, the alley-oop, but Hollins not able to handle it. And last touch by Parker. Apparently a problem with the shot clock.
They reset the shot clock, and it should only be really 3 seconds left because there was no possession on that. So still 3 seconds to shoot for the Dallas Mavericks.
4.5 to go in this third quarter. Barea. J.J. Barea. He was wide open. He now has 9 points. Dallas up 68, 63. So they've turned it. Following the difficulties they had at the end of the first half, while San Antonio went on that 17-4 run, foul on the Mavs.
Well, I like it, Ryan Hollins. You have disposable fouls to go against Tim Duncan. And you be aggressive, and you get into his body and make the officials call it. Even though you're sending Tim Duncan to the free throw line, he's missed 6 free throws tonight, 6 of 12 for Tim Duncan.
Dallas now over the foul limit. Now Jason Terry will come on for J.J. Barea. Jason Terry honored before the game as winner of the NBA Sixth-Man Award. Last year's winner, Manu Ginobili of San Antonio. Terry today just 3 of 12 from the field, 10 points. So once again, Duncan does hit both. That'll turn things at the line. The Spurs now within 3, 4 minutes to play in the third.
I'm shocked that Dirk only has 5 field goals to this point.
Howard goes baseline, and he is fouled. Looked like Duncan got him. And that's 3 on Duncan.
You like the nice hesitation here by Josh Howard. You think you're going to go up for a shot? Oh, no, one more dribble. Let me use the baseline as Tim Duncan comes over and picks up his 3rd foul for the San Antonio Spurs. Never saw a foul that actually he committed.
There are a few guys like that.
I was one of them. Okay, mea culpa.
Were you over the top and arguing?
I wasn't over the top. Earlier in my career, I was hot-headed. I will admit to that. But the older you get and the more a better relationship you start to form and you become on a first-name basis with the official, it kind of dissolves a little bit. But I was a hothead my first 4 or 5 years.
Many of our staff members point that out. They feel that you've been hot-headed at production meetings. 70-65 Dallas. Here's Parker. Tony Parker with 31 of his 33 in the first half. Howard splitting through for that bucket. Josh Howard getting to the rim. He has 21 points. 12 have come in the third quarter.
Well, he had a big first quarter with 9 points and is having a big third quarter for the Mavs.
Parker, yes. 35 for Tony Parker. 72-67. Dallas, Howard. Well, it has been a scoring duel between Tony Parker and Josh Howard, and Greg Popovich very upset with his team's defensive play. Good job by Kidd. Udoka to Duncan. Shot clock at 3. Parker eluding Kidd. Not able to hit from downtown. It's rebounded by Howard.
Pretty good look there by Tony Parker.
And Rick Carlisle says, let's talk it over. Timeout, Dallas.
Well, we talked about Josh Howard being a first quarter scorer, but tonight in the third quarter, 12 points. Nice little hesitation getting to the lane. And here's the jumper coming off the pick and roll. Josh Howard, 7 of 11, 23 points.
Back in Dallas, the Spurs seeking to even up this best of 7-2 apiece. Game 5 back in San Antonio and Tuesday night. And here's a look back at the first 3 games of this series. Game 1 last Saturday in San Antonio. J.J. Barea and the Mavs bench with 39 points to help Dallas snap a 9-game road playoff losing streak. Monday, Game 2. Big one for Tony Parker, 38 points. Spurs in a rout, 105-84, ties the series at 1. This past Thursday in Dallas, different story. Dirk Nowitzki found his shooting touch, 8 of 12, 20 points. And the Mavs with that 88-67 crushing of the Spurs. And this is a most unusual game for San Antonio. Parker and Duncan have combined for 38 of San Antonio's last 41 points. Here's Howard for 3. Rebounded by Hill. So George Hill has come on.
Well, I like Greg Popovich's thinking. At the beginning of this series, he said, there's no way I'm going to play the rookie George Hill. And understanding you're going against a very quick team in the Dallas Mavericks, why not throw the rookie out there and get him some experience?
Once again, Ryan Hollins doing a nice job against Tim Duncan. Hollins coming on for Dampier. Mavericks up 74-67. Howard off balance and a foul. And the foul is called on Hollins. No, they say the other way. And San Antonio upset about the call. It is on Mason who was involved with Hollins. So Jason Terry will put it in play. Josh Howard has scored the last 6 points for the Mavs. He has 14 of their 23 in this third quarter. Minute and a half left in the third. And again, a foul is called on the Spurs. That's 3 on Udoka. For more on Josh Howard, let's go to Marty Snyder.
When you talk to Coach Rick Carlisle about Josh Howard, Marv, he says he is so impressed with him. And people don't realize, Coach says, how hurt he's playing. He missed 24 games because of a left ankle problem, 6 games because of a left wrist problem. He's taken 3 cortisone shots this year. And you got to realize he was out as recently as the next to the last game of the regular season. Definitely playing hurt, definitely leading his team right now, though, Marv.
Hi, Marty. And yes, Rick Carlisle pointing out that Howard finished the season very strong and probably playing with more energy than the Mavs have seen since he made the All-Star team, which is 2 seasons back.
Well, he had a few run-ins with off-the-court incidences, and people kind of question as Ryan Hollins comes over with the rejection on the rookie George Hill. And how about this spark off the bench for Rick Carlisle? George Hill thinks he has a wide-open lane. Ryan Hollins with the rejection. Doing a little bit of the Jet imitation of getting the crowd into it.
Duncan going at Hollins. Nowitzki over to help. And a foul. This time it is on Hollins. So Tim Duncan back to the line. He's 8 of 14 from the foul line. Look at Ryan Hollins out of UCLA. Also competed for the UCLA track and field team in a high jump, long jump, and triple jump, and we saw what he can do in that department. Well, coming up next, the Hawks and the Heat in Game 3 of that series from Miami. They're tied at 1 apiece. Dick Stockton along with the Czar, Mike Fratello, Cheryl Miller will have the call. I would think by now Dick has had enough of his Czar.
What are you trying to say about?
Well, you could take it for a game, maybe 2, maybe another half. There's a window of opportunity. Here's Kidd. Yes. So the Mavs have opened up a 10-point lead with a minute left in this third quarter.
I like the energy Ryan Hollins has brought out here for the Mavs.
They double up on Duncan. And Dallas has done an excellent defensive job here in the third quarter. Bowen not able to hit. Rebound Hollins.
And why not double team Tim Duncan? It really doesn't look like there's anyone else for the Spurs who can score.
Misfired on a 3. Oh, the steal by Kidd, taking it away from Mason, and Mason is called for the foul. That'll put Kidd at the line because San Antonio is over the limit.
And see what happens when Tony Parker goes to the bench. You don't have a really true point guard. This is Roger Mason, who is a shooting guard / small forward who's not used to getting the outlet pass from a big man. A normal point guard understands he's probably going to have traffic behind him. Roger Mason's not used to playing point guard.
Brandon Bass coming on. Antoine Wright checks in, replacing Dirk Nowitzki and Josh Howard. Howard sits down with 23. Nowitzki just 10 points, but does have 12 rebounds.
And Drew Gooden comes in for Tim Duncan. So now you have 58 of your 68 points on the bench for the Spurs. Someone is going to have to step up in these last 32 seconds, obviously, just to hold down the fort for the Spurs.
San Antonio outscored by Dallas 29-13 here in the third quarter. Bowen, yes. Bowen knocks down the corner 3. And Dallas can hold for a final shot here in the third. 9-point lead for the Mavs. Jason Kidd, 7 assists, 0 turnovers, 7 rebounds, 12 points. He's had an outstanding game. Terry, Bowen rebounds. Time has run out in the third. It's the Dallas Mavericks 80, the San Antonio Spurs 71. If Dallas holds on, they take a 3-1 lead in the series. San Antonio trying to battle back to even things up at 2.
There's nothing. Welcome back to Dallas, everyone. The Mavericks lead by 9 points after 3 quarters. Marty Snyder with Coach Rick Carlisle for the Dallas Mavericks, and you hold Tony Parker to 4 points in that quarter. What changes did you make on him?
Well, we tried to stay aggressive on him. A lot of his points in the first half came off of our mistakes, turnovers, and he got transition. So being more efficient, and I think being a little more tied together defensively helped.
Josh Howard, you expect to produce like that in the third quarter, but do you expect that kind of energy from Ryan Hollins?
Well, he's an energetic guy, and look, anything, to buy some extra minutes on Duncan. Dampier got his 4th. we got to keep our energy up. We got to keep our efficiency up. We got to keep our crowd into it.
Thanks, Coach. Yep. Marv?
All right, thank you, Marty. 29-16 advantage for the Mavericks in the third quarter, and they lead by 9. And Scott Foster, the official, able to handle some debris that comes flying onto the court.
What a killjoy. Give it to one of the kids there, Scott. They'll throw it to one of the ushers.
You didn't like the fact that he crumpled it up?
Yes, give it to one of the kids.
Here's Mason. Popovich looking for some more scoring. Stays with Roger Mason. The rookie George Hill. Drew Gooden's out there now to give Tim Duncan a rest. Tony Parker sitting down. Kidd is open for 3. Look out, foul is called as Gooden, and Hollins got involved. A push ball on Gooden.
Again, Ryan Hollins, because of his energy, an extra possession for the Dallas Mavericks.
Ryan Hollins, originally a second-round pick of the Magic, acquired in the trade with Charlotte. Getting minutes here this afternoon. Pass not able to hit. Udoka open for 3.